Hey guys, welcome back to X-Man Games. So last time I spoke about what we know about the new James Bond video game currently titled Project 007 so far. So I'll leave the link for that down in the description below if you want to check that out. But today, I'll once again be talking about Project 007 and what I'm expecting and hoping for with this new title. But first, I just want to say a huge thank you again as we've hit a total of 200 views on all my videos, which I know seems like a small milestone, but it really means a lot to me that you guys watch my videos, especially as I only posted my first video less than 2 weeks ago, so thank you. But anyway, if you guys haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And once again, a big thanks to all my fantastic subscribers and to everyone who watches these videos. You're all amazing and you really help this channel. With that all said, let's get into it. So, just a quick reminder of what Project 007 is. Project 007 is an upcoming video game being developed by IO Interactive, the creators of the Hitman games. The game was announced back in November 2020 and is currently in the pre-production stage, so it most likely won't be released till 2023 at the very least. That being said, I and many other Bond fans are extremely hyped for this, as it's been 8 years since we've had a James Bond game, and it's been so much longer since we had a good one, so fingers crossed. So the first sort of expectation I have of this game is that it'll be in the third person, because as I mentioned in the previous video, IO Interactive are the creators of the Hitman games, which are all in the third person perspective. It'd be really nice to see a return to the third person's perspective, as it's been 16 years since the last third person James Bond game, with 2005's For Russia of Love, and also the year before that we had Everything or Nothing, which you can see the gameplay of on the screen. But both of these games were actually fantastic, but for completely different reasons, and are both severely underrated in my opinion. If IO Interactive can return back to this with their new game, then I'm sure it'll be taken favourably by the fans and myself. So the next thing I'm hoping / expecting for is a proper return of James Bond's gadgets. And while games like Everything or Nothing took these to the extremes, what with invisible cars, grenades disguised as coins, and rappels to climb walls, it'd be really nice to see a return to gadgets, even if it's not to the extreme that some of the older games took it to. I think one of my main problems with James Bond games made by Activision was the lack of interesting gadgets, as often the combat would get repetitive and boring. And I also don't want the same to happen with this new game, especially it's been so long since we had a Bond game. But as I mentioned earlier, the most recent James Bond games like 007 Legends had really bad use of gadgets, often repetitive and just boring. Like the one where you're able to track fingerprints on keypads is so niche and it was so boring, and I hope they don't return to that form with just rubbish, uninteresting gadgets. So the next thing I'm expecting to see is some of the mechanics in the Hitman games, and by this I mean things such as hiding bodies, changing clothes, and wearing disguises. These are some of the cool gameplay mechanics which would really fit in a James Bond video game, but at the same time I of course want to see a carbon copy of the Hitman games. I still want there to be something to distinguish itself from the other IO Interactive games and other third-person spy games. So another thing that I'm really hoping to see is some good driving sections, as this is something that's really been missing from the last few James Bond games. One of the great things about Everything or Nothing, for example, is that it used the same game engine as Need for Speed did at the time, so driving that was flawless, and with all the gadgets and guns and all the technology, it was really mixed, and there's so much to do, really exciting and action-packed. We really need to return to form in terms of driving. I think this game should also have some on-rail segments to mix up the gameplay, but at the same time I don't want it crammed into every single mission. So the final thing I'm hoping for is the absence of QuickTime events, as these are absolutely repetitive and annoying and I hate them. For anyone that doesn't know what QuickTime events are, they are essentially pressing the button that you see appear on the screen, and you have little to no influence on what the player does except from that. They're often used during combat, especially the most recent Bond games, and they're just something IO Interactive need to get rid of or not include in the new game whatsoever. So those are some of the things I'm hoping and expecting from Project 007. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As mentioned in the last video, if you want to see more videos and news based on the new James Bond game and anything related with James Bond in general, then I massively recommend checking out Calvin Dyson and his channel. So I'll once again leave the link for him down below. But anyway, I'll of course be doing more videos on Right and Wrong, with Project Cars in the next game I'm reviewing, and then after that I'll be doing Minecraft as someone had suggested that to me. And as I said in some of my previous videos, I'm a huge fan of Batman, so if I reach 25 subscribers, I'll definitely be doing a Right and Wrong Batman Arkham Asylum, and we're so close to 25, we're at 21 at the moment, so if you haven't already, please be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. That would be really greatly appreciated by me, and really help this channel out a lot. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.